Here's the Argentinian team to travel to the 2019 World Cup. Welcome back to SkinnyBru Rugby, guys. So Argentina is one of the first big Southern Hemisphere sides to announce their team this year. And actually Ledesma has made some surprises and has made some shockers actually as well. Currently they are ranked at 11th in the overall world rankings under Fiji and Japan. Definitely not favorites for this trophy to win it actually, but still I just say they need one win just to get their confidence levels up, and then they can go on a roll from there. I'll cover some more Rugby World Cup content and squads as they come out, so please hit that subscribe button, I really appreciate it. Let's get into the squad. At loose edge props we have two, it's Chaparro and Vivas. Chaparro, he's been having a very great year, so it's good to see him back again. And Vivas, he's one of the youngsters traveling with the squad who has really improved this season. Hooker, he went with three hookers in the side, Creevy, Montoya and Socino. Creevy, he's probably not going to start every game, he is getting a little bit old, so you need a bit more selection options there. He might sit out one game, so then you need two more options there for one guy on the bench. At tight head it is Figalo, Prieto and Medrano. Figalo, he's from the Saracens, so he actually was preferred over Herrera. So it's one of the overseas based players preferred over Jaguares player. Look, tight head has been a struggle for them all year, at the Jaguares as well, and then for the Pumas. They fixed it up a little bit at the Jaguares later on in the season, but then again they struggled and then fixed it again, and then now they're struggling again. So it's just been an up and down ride when you're following the tight heads of the Argentinians. So hopefully they can sort that out. With this group of players, I can't see a weak spot there on paper, so hopefully it goes better for them. At locks we have Petty, Lavanini, Alemano and Crema. Crema, who can play lock and flanker, of course. He's better on flanker for me. I don't know about you, but for me he's one to watch. He's dangerous. If you don't know him, watch this guy in the World Cup. He's a very good player and he is still very young. Petty, he announced himself to the Southern Hemisphere this year. Before that I didn't really know him. I know he's been around for a while now, but he's announced himself this year, and at the moment I must say he's probably one of the world's best locks at the moment. Aside from Kremer, the other loose forwards are Bruni, Lezana, Leguizamo, Ortega Decio and then Matera. Bruni is just as good as Kremer. Lezana, he will probably bench. I can't see him starting unless they play against the weaker sides. Leguizamo, he's going for his fourth tournament. He could become the most capped player ever in Argentinian history, so that's great for him. Ortega Decio, of course, and then Matera, what a legend in that side, and he will be captaining the side this year. The one thing that is a massive shocker is that Isa was not picked in this side. The guy had been tearing it up in the top 14. Ledesma says he does not have plans for Isa in his starting lineup, so he dropped him. Sure, that's a big call to make because Isa has been great. I think most countries would have picked him straight into their side if they had the option. Guys like Bruni and maybe Lezana, it's questionable to ask, are they better than Isa at the moment? They're good, but are they better? Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are there, especially Argentinian guys. I would like to hear your thoughts there. Scrum half, there are only two. I can get behind this thought a little bit. I do like only having two scrum halves because it's a speciality position. Most of those guys can only play scrum half, so taking more than two means you lose a bit of depth in your squad because you only have a lot of players that cover one role. But Ledesma said he's taking only two because he took three hookers. which actually makes you think as a South African, what's Rassie gonna do, because he's already confirmed he's taking 3 hookers and he's taking 3 scrum halves, so he's going in a different direction with his selections. But the selections in scrum halves will shock you. There's no Landago, there's no Bertrand now. Look, I think it might be because the injuries they've had has halted their form a little bit. Escura was picked. He's just had a breakthrough year this year. He's under Kubeli, who's obviously the first choice. He's been great as well. So that's 2 great scrum halves anyway. If there's one thing Argentina is good at delivering, it is a scrum half options. At fly half, I was also surprised. One of my most underrated players that I actually do like, Bonella, he wasn't picked. Look, I think he should have been picked. He got the Jaguares to the final of Super Rugby. He didn't get a lot of Argentinian opportunities this year, so being dropped because of what he's done in the Argentinian jersey to thus far isn't fair to me. He's had a great year in the Super Rugby, so it's unfortunate he's been dropped. So instead they went with Sanchez and Urdepeleta. So it's 2 options at fly half. Look, not one of them has been great in Argentinian colors this year, of course, but they can improve. Both of them are world-class players if they are in their best form. So hopefully that guy shows up and pitches up for the tournament, because Argentina will need them. At inside center, De La Fuente, if you've been following the channel for a while, you know I like this guy. He is a good leader in the side. He has quick hands, he reads a line very good, and his defense is on point. Then a guy to keep your eye on in this tournament. I'm pretty fascinated by his selection, Mensah. I have no clue what he can do. He's played 1 game. He has no Super Rugby experience. He made his debut against South Africa last week at Loftus, which was a great game, by the way. He was in my dream team for the weekend. If I remember, I'll link it up here. Otherwise, just find it on the channel. So he has definitely made a mark on Ledesma if he actually outplayed Iglesias in the team. If you asked me about 2 months ago who's going to the World Cup, De La Fuente and Iglesias would have been my easy pick there. But Mensah actually broke through, and hopefully the youngster can prove to everyone what he can do. Look, they only picked 2 at the inside center. I don't know who else could actually cover inside center out of the rest of the players. I haven't seen most of the other guys play there, so if there's an injury there might be a problem there. But remember, with the World Cup call-up system, it works. If someone's injured, you have 48 hours to bring in someone new, or you can bring in someone new and they have to play. They can't play within 48 hours of the replacement. Outside center, aside from De La Fuente that could play there as well, well, they say he can play there as well. What I saw last week, I didn't like him at outside center. He is just a guy that runs straight. You need a guy that can run other lines on outside center. So yeah, Malia, he's there. He can also play wing and fullback. Moroni, he can play wing as well. And then of course one of my favorite 13s, Orlando. He's just great. He runs great lines. He's a guy that gets a lot of try assists. And if he's on form, he's going to get a hat-trick or at least get a couple of tries in a game. Wings, there's the surprise inclusion of Carreras. I'm happy with him. He has been a great player this season. I do like his playing style. He's good at 13 as well and 15, and he is a dangerous player. Then they went with Dalgui and Moyano. They have the firepower out wide. They are dangerous. But the weird thing is they did not pick Cordero as a winger. Look, if you ask most European teams if they would have preferred Cordero in their team above someone else of their nationality, they would probably say yes, because I mean, he's been nominated as one of the players of the year in the Premiership. He is excellent. He's a great player. He hasn't been doing anything in the Argentinian jersey, but he just needs to get his game going, and he can do it. I don't know what's going on there, but I would have picked him. Delqui, Moyano, Carreras, they are very dangerous, but Cordero, I think he's a world-class player. To drop him, I hope they don't rue the mistake, because it's a pretty big exclusion from their side. At 15 we have the veteran Tukelet in the side. He's just like Ben Smith for Argentina for me. He reminds me of Ben Smith of New Zealand. He plays the same type of style. He's very dangerous as well. And then Buffelli, he has the same playing style as Israel Folau for me. He's quite a tall guy. He's good in the air. He has a good step on him. He's quite fast. So yeah, he's a very dangerous player to have as well. So that battle at fullback of who is the best could get pretty interesting, because those players are both very good. They're only playing one game before the World Cup against the Rugby Club in Australia. I don't think that's the best option for them. It's not a very good game to play. Like I'm saying, South Africa is playing Japan. They should maybe have played someone else of their same stature as well, because Rugby Club obviously is a little bit lower than them, but at least they're getting a team out there. They've lost their last 9 games in a row. They've only won 8 games of their last 41 games since the last World Cup in 2015. But they are a lot better than their record. A lot of them's been close, a lot of them's been due to other things. And I mean, the Jaguares came second in the Super Rugby. That in itself should speak for itself, because most of the team is made up of that side. They are in Pool C this year with England, France, Tonga and USA, kicking off against France on 21 September. They will probably be at least 3rd or 2nd favorite in that pool. So not a favorite whatsoever, but I hope they'll go far. Really, I do. I am a big Argentinian fan. Even though I don't have a jersey, it's very difficult to get them in South Africa, but I am a big fan of theirs. I do like their playing style. Hopefully Ledesma doesn't get ridiculed as much as he is getting ridiculed on Twitter, which I joined, by the way. If you want to join that or follow me there, it's weird to say that, it's in the description below. Give me your thoughts on the team, guys. I would love to hear it. Also check out the Facebook page, it's also down in the description below. And then subscribe to the channel if you do like my content. Then I'll see you for the next video. Cheers.